Hello students, now we are going to see the new concept we are going to see today. In the previous class people have seen the types of DNA, okay, and also have repeated the structure of the DNA once again, because in your syllabus people have seen this BDNA structure, okay. Now in the today's class we are going to see the concept called as central dogma of molecular biology first, okay, which is the concept here, central dogma of molecular biology. That means what is the main theme of the molecular biology that we are going to see in the today's class, okay. So the central dogma means the main concept or the main theme of the molecular biology. What is the meaning of central dogma here? The main concept or the main theme of molecular biology, that is called as what? Central dogma of molecular biology, okay. Now it can also be defined as, first of all, central dogma means it is a main theme I have told you, and also what the main theme defines or what the main central dogma defines, that it is the one way flow of genetic material. It is the one way flow of genetic material for the protein synthesis. So at the end we have to see the process of protein synthesis. What we have to see at the end? We have to see the process of protein synthesis. Okay. So it is the one-way flow of genetic material for the mechanism of the protein synthesis that we have seen here. Okay. So here protein we have to write. Good. That is the central dogma. Now we will see the step-by-step process. What is the step-by-step process we are going to see here? So first of all, this is DNA. You people know what is DNA. DNA is the deoxyribose nucleosides. What is DNA here? Deoxyribose nucleosides. So this DNA undergoes the replication process. What is replication? That is production of the daughter cells. Okay, what is replication here? Production of daughter cells. Production of daughter cells. That is called as what? Replication. So here DNA undergoes the replication process. What is the meaning of replication here? That is production of the daughter cell. Exact copy of the parental cell we can say, or we can say the production of the daughter cell. What is the replication here? Production of the daughter cell or producing the exact copy of the parental DNA. That is the definition of the replication you can see. So here that parental DNA produces daughter DNA by undergoing replication. This is the parental DNA. Okay, this is the parental DNA and this one is the daughter DNA. Okay, this process undergoes replication. Further, daughter DNA undergoes transcription. Further, daughter DNA undergoes transcription and it is going to produce the mRNA. What it is going to produce? It is going to produce the mRNA. Now, what is transcription? Transcription is nothing but, what is transcription here? Transcription is nothing but, it is the process. Okay, it is the process or biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA strand. What is transcription here? Biosynthesis of mRNA. What is transcription? Biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA is called as transcription. Okay, is called as what? Transcription. Okay, that daughter DNA undergoes transcription inside the nucleus. Daughter DNA undergoes transcription inside the nucleus. I have told you what is transcription. Biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA. What is transcription? Biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA. That is, this is called as what? Transcription. And where it is going to occur? Inside the nucleus. Okay, where it is going to occur? Inside the nucleus. Understood? Then mRNA undergoes translation. Okay, what mRNA undergoes? It undergoes translation. Now what is translation definition? See here. Translation definition says that decoding of the decoding of the coded messages. Decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA. Decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA is called as translation. What do we call? It is called as what? Translation. Okay, for the protein synthesis, decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA. For what? For the mechanism of protein synthesis. For the protein synthesis. Okay, for what they are helping? For the protein synthesis, that is called as what? Translation. Okay, so at last we are going to see the protein synthesis. What we are going to see at last here? Protein synthesis we are going to see at last here. Okay, see, once again I'll repeat, please concentrate. It is very important for 2 marks or for 3 marks. Okay, it is very important for 2 marks or 3 marks. What is the central dogma of molecular biology? For that question, answer is one-way flow of genetic material. Okay, one-way flow of genetic material for the protein synthesis, that is called as what? Central dogma of molecular biology. What is the central dogma of molecular biology here? One-way flow of genetic material for the protein synthesis, that is called as what? Central dogma of molecular biology. Now here what happens? It starts from the parental DNA. Okay, so parental DNA undergoes replication. Now what is the meaning of replication here? Production of the daughter cells. Okay, parental DNA undergoes replication. It is the production of the daughter cells. As the daughter DNA is produced by the replication, as the daughter DNA is produced by the replication, it is going to undergo process called as transcription. I have told you what is transcription. It is the biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA. Okay, biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA. What is mRNA? Messenger RNA. I have told you in the previous class what is mRNA? Messenger RNA. So this is going to occur inside the nucleus. Where the transcription occurs? Inside the nucleus. Then it is going to produce mRNA. I have told you mRNA undergoes translation. Okay, mRNA undergoes translation. So this translation definition says that the decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA. What is translation here? Decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA is called as translation. Why they have to decode? For the mechanism of the protein synthesis. Okay, so mRNA undergoes translation, they produce the protein synthesis. Okay, mRNA undergoes translation, they produce the protein synthesis. This is called as central dogma of molecular biology. What do we call for this? It is called as central dogma of molecular biology. The main theme of molecular biology. Hope so you people have understood. Okay. Now, next concept is we are going to see DNA packaging. Okay. Now, DNA packaging means what? DNA packaging means the DNA, which is a thread-like structure. See here, the DNA, which is a thread-like structure, is going to produce into the, that means it is going to convert into the chromosome. Okay, once again I'll repeat. What is DNA packaging here? DNA, which is a thread-like structure, is converted into a chromosome in the eukaryotes. DNA, which is a thread-like structure, is converted into a chromosome in the eukaryotes. Why only in the eukaryotes? Because eukaryotes are the larger animals. Why only in the eukaryotes here? Because eukaryotes are the larger animals. What are prokaryotes? Prokaryotes are those which are having a coiled DNA. That is the difference between the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes. See, in the eukaryotes what happens? The nucleus is there. Well-defined nucleus is present. Okay, well-defined nucleus is present in the eukaryotes. Well-defined nucleus is present in the eukaryotes. Okay, whereas, see here, this is the nucleolus. This is the nucleolus. It is the nuclear membrane, we can say. It is the nuclear membrane, and this one is the chromatin network. And inside this chromatin network, there is a presence of the DNA as genetic material. Okay, inside the chromatin network, there is a presence of the DNA as the genetic material. Now, from this DNA, okay, from this chromatin network, they are converted. So you can see here thread-like structure. Okay, is it not? You are going to see the thread-like structure. Now, this thread-like structure is converted into a chromosome structure, which is a rod-shaped structure. Okay, chromosome structure, which is a rod-shaped structure. Okay, now this rod-shaped structure, how it is formed? Rod-shaped structure chromosome, how it is formed? What are the materials involved in the rod-shaped structure chromosome? That all concept we are going to see in the DNA packaging or in the nucleosome model. Okay, how the chromatin network, which is a thread-like structure, is converted into chromosome, which is a rod-shaped structure. That concept we are going to see in the DNA packaging, or we are going to see in the nucleosome model. Okay, now see here students, first of all, DNA packaging. DNA packaging is formed by the calculation. Some of the calculation is required for your DNA packaging. So this DNA packaging is also called as nucleosome model. Okay, DNA packaging is also called as what? Nucleosome model. Now distance between the two consecutive base pairs. So distance between the two consecutive base pairs in a DNA. So you people know the DNA structure. I have told you this one. So the distance so in one loop the 10 nitrogen base pairs are present. Okay, in one loop the 10 nitrogen base pairs are present, and the distance between the two base pairs, okay, the distance between the two base pairs is 0.34 nanometer. That is equal to, we have to convert into angstrom. So 0.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Okay, then total number of base pairs in a human DNA is 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 base pairs. Okay, total length of the DNA. Okay, so if you want to see the nucleosome model, we have to see the length of the DNA. Total length of the DNA is equal to 0.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 into 6.6 into 10 raised to 9. So approximately 2.2 meter is the length of the chromatin network which is present in the nucleus. So 2.2 is too large to be accommodated in the nucleus. That means in the nucleus, especially the human DNA or the human nucleus is consisting of 2.2 meter of the length of the DNA, which is very long. Okay, which is very long. And here this 2.2 meter of the length of the DNA we are going to see as the that means that it is going to convert into a rod shaped structure called as chromosome. Okay, so this is about the DNA packaging introduction. What we have seen, DNA packaging introduction. So once again I'll repeat before going to the next concept. So here I have told you the main today's class. In the today's class, the main theme of molecular biology is central dogma of molecular biology. What is the main theme of central dogma of molecular biology? That is, the DNA undergoes replication. Okay, produces daughter DNA. Then daughter DNA undergoes transcription, produces mRNA. mRNA undergoes translation, produces protein synthesis. Now what is the replication? I have told you, that is, it is the process where the exact copy of the daughter DNA is produced by the parental DNA. What is transcription? The biosynthesis of mRNA from the DNA strand is called as transcription. What is translation? The decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA. Decoding of the coded messages on the mRNA is called as translation. Why the translation process has to be synthesized here? Because to know the mechanism of the protein synthesis. To know the mechanism of protein synthesis, the translation process has to occur here. So this is called as what? Central dogma of molecular biology. What do we call for that? It is the central dogma of molecular biology. Then the next concept what we are going to see is DNA packaging. or it is also called as nucleosome model. Nucleosome is also called as chromosome in the eukaryotes. Okay, nucleosome is also called as chromosome in the eukaryotes. You people know very well that eukaryotes are the organisms where there is a presence of definite nuclear membrane. What are eukaryotes here? These are the organisms where there is a presence of definite nuclear membrane. That is called as what? Eukaryotic organism. Whereas in the prokaryotes there is a presence of coiled DNA. We can't see the structure of the chromosome production in the prokaryotes. Understood? Only in the eukaryotes we can see the production of the chromosomes. Got? So that is first of all, to form the chromosome structure we should have the knowledge of the length of the DNA. To see the chromosome structure, we should have the knowledge of the length of the DNA. So you can see here the calculation of the length of the DNA. To find the length of the DNA, what you should know? You should know the formula that distance between the two consecutive base pairs. Distance between the two consecutive base pairs present in the DNA is 0.34 nanometer. That 0.34 nanometer is converted into meter, that is 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Okay, total number of base pairs in a human DNA. That means in the human DNA how many base pairs are present? That is 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 base pairs. So here total length of the DNA is 0.34 into 6.6 into 10 raised to 9. So 10 raised to minus 9, 10 raised to 9 here cancelled, and approximately 2.2 nanometer is produced. 2.2 meter is produced in the, that is the length of the DNA. So approximately in the nucleus we are going to see the production of the 2.2 meter length of the DNA. Understood? So this is the concept of what we have seen in the DNA packaging, or we can say nucleosome model. Next is the next concept what I am telling is packaging of the DNA helix, or how the chromosome structure is formed, or how the nucleosome structure is formed. That we are going to see in the next concept. Okay, well students, we are going to see the next concept, that is the packaging of the DNA helix. Now students, I have told you packaging of DNA helix means what? That is the negatively charged particle and the positively charged particle are combining. Okay, negatively charged particle, positively charged particle are combining. Now for example, I'll take metal and the magnet. Okay, metal and the magnet I'll take for example. If you bring the metal near to the magnet, just it is attracting, is it not? Just it is attracting, it is not repelling, it is attracting. Likewise, here also the DNA, which is a thread-like structure. Okay, the DNA, which is a thread-like structure, and the histones, which is a small spherical shaped structure. Okay, DNA, which is a thread-like structure, histone, which is a small spherical shaped structure. They both are combining. Try to understand my concept. I am going very slowly. So this concept in detail will go slow, and in next class also I am going to tell this one. See, what is that? That is DNA packaging we will say, or we are saying that how the helix is formed. Packaging of DNA helix is formed, that we are going to see. Okay, so that first of all, packaging of DNA helix means what? Packaging means what? That is a group of things, what do we say, combined together is called packing. Is it not? Likewise, suppose if you go somewhere else to the native place, you will pack your clothes and all in a suitcase. So that is called as packing or packaging we will say. Here also, helix is formed. Double-stranded DNA helix you people have seen. This structure you people have seen in the previous class. Is it not? So how this helix is formed, that we are going to see. And that is called as what? Packaging. What do we call for that? It is called as packaging. So packaging of DNA helix is also called as DNA wrapping. Okay. Packaging of DNA helix is also called as DNA wrapping. Okay. And first we will see who has discovered this one. That DNA wrapping or DNA packaging has been reported by the scientist called as Roger Kornberg. Roger Kornberg is the name of the scientist who has done the DNA packaging. or DNA wrapping. Okay, he has contributed, he has given some contributions in producing the DNA packaging or DNA wrapping. And this DNA packaging is also called as nucleosome model or new model. Nucleosome model or new model. I have told you nucleosome is also called as chromosome. What is the other name of nucleosome? It is also called as chromosome. So, nucleosome model or DNA packaging or DNA wrapping has been reported by the scientist called as Roger Kornberg, and later it is continued that by the scientist called as Biddle and Tatum. Biddle and Tatum are the name of the two scientists who has continued the process called as DNA packaging or DNA wrapping. Hope so you have understood. What you are going to see in the DNA packaging? The chromosome formation. What you are going to see in the nucleosome model? The chromosome formation. What you are going to see in the DNA wrapping? The chromosome model. I am saying it repeatedly because it should fix in your mind. Who has proposed that one? Roger Kornberg. Who has proposed that one? Roger Kornberg. Okay. So chromosome model is also called as nucleosome model. Chromosome model is also called as nucleosome model. What material is required? DNA, which is a negatively charged particle. DNA is a negatively charged particle, and here one more material is required, that is called as histone. That is called as what? Histone. What are histones here? Histones are the octamer units. Histones are the octamer units, which is called as positively charged particle. Okay, histones are the octamer units, which is called as positively charged particles. Octamer means presence of 8 units. Octamer means what? Presence of 8 units. You can see here H2A, H2A, H3, H4, H2B, H1. That means histones are how many? H1, H2A, H2B, H3, H4. So except this H1, okay, except this H1, H2A, H2B, H3, H4 are repeatedly present. Okay, so 2 molecules of H2A, 2 molecules of H2B, 2 molecules of H3, 2 molecules of H4. So they are repeatedly present, and these octamer units are connected by the thread-like structure called as linker DNA. The octamer units are connected by a thread-like structure called as linker DNA, and here that linker DNA is H1. H1 is acting as a linker DNA. So what it will do? It will coil the histone particles. Now for example students, I will take this box here. Okay, I will take this box and just I will take this wire. Okay, so this wire is coiling. Okay, see one more box if it is there. So imagine that my hand is one more box. Okay, my hand is one more box here. So this is acting as a DNA. Okay, this is acting as a DNA. So DNA is a negatively charged particle. Okay, what is DNA here? DNA is a negatively charged particle, and imagine that these octamers, histones are the positively charged particle. Okay, what are histones? Histones are the positively charged particles. So to this histones, okay, to these histones, the DNA is coiling like this. Okay, the DNA is coiling like this. Now imagine, just imagine so many histones are present here. Okay, just imagine so many histones are present, and these histones are connected by the linker DNA called as H1. See, so here you can see. Okay, you can see the DNA is coiling. Okay, here you can see the DNA is coiling for the histones. So like this coiling continuously one below the other, you have to imagine. One below the other, these histones are present, and this DNA is a coiling around the histones. So like this the combination, okay, the combination of these histones and the negatively charged DNA is going to form one chromosome. What it is going to form? It is going to form one chromosome, which is a thread-like structure. Okay, it is going to form what? One chromosome, which is a thread-like structure. Understood? So DNA packaging is nothing but knowing the formation of the chromosome structure. Okay, and knowing the formation of the DNA helix. Getting my point? So this packaging is also called as nucleosome model, or it is also called as new model, or it is also called as chromosome, or it is called as DNA wrapping. So first of all, it was discovered by the scientist called as Roger Kornberg. Later, it is carried by the scientist called as Biddle and Tatum. Now, one more point I wanted to say before going in detail of this nucleosome model. What is that point is, here the chromosome structure is seen only in the eukaryotic organisms. Chromosome structure is seen only in the eukaryotic organisms, not in the prokaryotic organisms. Why? Because in the prokaryotes we are not going to see the presence of the histones. In the prokaryotes, what we are not going to see? We are not going to see the presence of the histones. You people know what are histones. Histones are the positively charged particles and the octamer units, we will see. Okay, so here that coiled DNA is called as nucleoid in the prokaryotes. So in the next class we will continue this chromosome structure or nucleosome model in detail. Got? So what we have seen in the today's class, packaging of DNA helix, introduction we have seen. It is also called as DNA wrapping. It is also called as nucleosome model or new model, which has been synthesized by the Roger Kornberg and Biddle and Tatum. So in the next class, I will draw the diagram of complete DNA structure along with solenoid particle. Then we will see in detail that how many base pairs are present in a single length of